Hey, people, it's your boy, Chef Rap. There's a new sheriff in town, Southern Edge Beverage Company. And let me tell you, you better taste the edge. Watch this. Taste the edge. Sweet tea vodka, salted caramel whiskey will rock you. The taste is smooth and refreshing. Gluten-free, no harsh burn for the blessing. Make it neat. Have it on ice. Buy both bottles. Have it twice. Mix with your favorite fruit juice. Nice. Mix a liqueur combo. Hype. We're black owned. Yeah. Find us in Atlanta telephone. College Park. Check this bone. Sweet tea, vodka, fix your fam. Southern Edge Beverages, Instagram. Salted caramel whiskey on the edge. New sheriff in town, baby. Taste the edge. Southern Edge can be found in the following locations in the metro Atlanta area. Total Wine and More in Alpharetta. Camp Creek World of Beverages. Prohibition Liquor. Firewater Package. Crest Wine and Spirits. And Bim's Package Store. It's time to taste the edge. Southern Edge, baby.
Let's be clear. A clean, healthy environment is what you and your family deserve. The truth is, our indoor air can be up to 5 times more polluted than outdoor air, which can dramatically affect respiratory health, especially among children and the elderly. The solution is clear. Clear filters trap and remove dangerous particles from the air, keeping substances like bacteria, viruses, mold, dust, and pollen from accumulating in your home and other indoor spaces. Clear filters offer a diverse selection of filters that meet the highest industry standards. Clear filters catch even the tiniest contaminants, creating a healthier and safer breathing experience in your home and other indoor environments without compromising the integrity of your heating, ventilation, and air conditioning systems. Visit ProjectClear.org and take advantage of all the benefits a cleaner, healthier, pollution-free environment has to offer. And together, let's clear the air.
Imagine feeling invigorated and focused, not by artificial substances, but by natural pre-workout supplements. This isn't just a thought, but a reality many athletes and fitness enthusiasts are embracing. They hold the key to elevated performance without the commonly associated side effects of synthetic products. However, overlooking the potential of these supplements means missing out on that all-natural energy boost and focus. It means accepting unnecessary crashes post-workout. It's a pain point that no fitness enthusiast should grapple with, especially when there's a healthier alternative. At Lion Roar Herbs, we produce a vegan all-natural pre-workout that is proven to increase performance and boost every workout. Visit us at lionroarherbs.com to learn more and look for natural performance energy. That's NPE. We are sure you will feel the difference.
Falcons Wrap Up, presented by the Two Live Stews. Drop your highs and lows from the game in the chat and chop it up with Doug and Ryan about your Atlanta Falcons.
You're in the dog pound. Dogs and poodles, it's the Two Live Stews, and we're back. Our debate that started us on radio was the effectiveness of the option, idiot.
You call your brother idiot? I never call you an idiot.
Dummy. What you did is called hijack the show. I'm done. Doug Stewart and Ryan Stewart, streaming live Monday and Thursday at 7 a.m.
That's the number 2, live, stews, youtube.com. 2 live stews, youtube.com. We have our new advertising rate sheet available. The Two Live Stews have a current reach of 50,000 people.
That's right.
Okay?
That's right.
Here's the big thing about it. If we advertise your business, you got to remember, this is pretty much forever. It's in perpetuity because these videos are streamed and you can watch it over and over, and people can watch what we did 6 months ago and they're still going to see your advertisement. Okay?
It's
Constant. All right. So, internet-based or Atlanta-based businesses, just going to shoot you real. I mean, if you're in Arizona and you got a brick and mortar, we probably can't help you a lot, to be honest with you. Now, if you want to advertise the show just to show some love, that's cool. But an Atlanta-based business and internet-based business, check us out. Email us, okay? sme.dougstewart@gmail.com. Here, your sponsorship packages starting at $75. And you're getting a lot of value from $75. In the Two Live Stews Facebook chat group, we got 40,000 people, okay? So you got 4 different levels. Level 1, $75. And really, it's still great because, once again, perpetuity. F with your boys. Okay? So if you're interested, email us. We'll send you this rate sheet, the packages, and advertise your business right here on the Two Live Stews.
Have you ever been stranded on the side of the road, Ollie?
Yes.
It's not comfortable, is it?
No.
Dogs and poodles, if you find yourself in a jam on the side of the highway, give my folks at Bay 11 Towing a call, 404-770-6949. Again, that's 404-770-6949. Being stranded on the side of the road in Metro Atlanta is very stressful and dangerous. Bay 11 Towing is who you need to call, whether you're dealing with a flat tire, dead battery, full-on breakdown, or whatever that may have you on the side of the road. Call our folks at Bay 11 Towing, and they will get to you with a competitive rate and quicker than everybody else in town. Again, that's Bay 11 Towing. That number is 404-770-6949.
This is a non-African American that told me he never dated inside his race, and it's not caucasity. I just am afraid, and there's some other things that concern me that I don't even know if they're true, but
Like what? Oh. The deficit?
Yeah, I'm worried because that is important to me, period. I'm sorry. I need some back-breaking.
No, I understand what you're saying, but you don't know that from, our race either, necessarily. And we won't.
You are correct. You are correct.
It's no guarantee.
Well, what is that? You're right. You're right. Now, there are some ways that I've learned from my, I don't know if we can say them, I don't know if there's things to look for, ladies.
So what are these signs you're saying?
The feet. Are they made for walking or are they made for something else? I mean, that is true. That myth
Mm-hmm.
is
Yeah,
true.
I think it's the hands.
Okay.
The Tea with Tree presents Unhinged, Single in the City, every Tuesday, 7 p.m. on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network.
You see that right there? Bruh's old.
That's right.
Every Q in America should be drinking Southern Edge. Steve Scott, Beta Mu 92, myself, Xi Spring 90, and you, Delta Kappa 92. Every bruh in America should scan this QR code and check out Southern Edge.
They look so sweet. No. I wish I could say some moment. Been around the world, hey. But there's nothing like that Southern Edge, girl. No. I've been around the world, whoa. Nothing like that Southern Edge, girl. Yeah. Okay, now pour me a one. Better yet, make it soon. They say the night is young. With this cup like the fountain in you shining. Tell me what your sign is. Tell me what your dream, little lady. I could buy by the bottle, I promise. Because you look so sweet. I wish I could take some moment. Girl, you look so sweet.
The best of the Two Live Stews experience.
Look at this, man. We got Aunt Mimi. Most stews' DNA yields back black hair. See Auntie Gertie and Auntie Mimi's hair. Shout out Auntie Mimi for listening. Oh, I really appreciate that. So she's saying most of the Stewarts, okay, which I am. I'm a Stewart. You're a Stewart too. She's saying most of us yield black hair. And I've been telling people for years that we found you on the step. Okay?
I knew you were going to that direction of answering.
You always deny it, but I keep telling y'all that, and it was a family secret. So Auntie Mimi just chimed in to say, and we love you, Auntie Mimi. She just chimed in to say, most of the Stewarts have black hair, except for Doug.
I clearly look more like our mother than you do.
Okay.
I clearly do.
Our mother's hair is black too.
Right. Okay. Hey, Auntie Mimi, thank you for joining us this morning.
Hey, people, it's your boy Chub Rap. There's a new sheriff in town, Southern Edge Beverage Company. And let me tell you, you better taste the edge. Watch this. Taste the edge. Sweet tea vodka, salted caramel whiskey will rock you. The taste is smooth and refreshing. Gluten-free, no harsh burn for the blessing. Make it neat. Have it on ice. Buy both bottles. Have it twice. Mix with your favorite fruit juice. Nice. Mix a liqueur combo. Hype. We're black owned. Yeah. Finest in Atlanta telephone. College Park. Check this bone. Sweet tea, vodka, fix your fam. Southern Edge Beverages, Instagram. Salted caramel whiskey on the edge. New sheriff in town, baby. Taste the edge. Southern Edge can be found in the following locations in the metro Atlanta area. Total Wine and More in Alpharetta. Camp Creek World of Beverages. Prohibition Liquor. Firewater Package. Crest Wine and Spirits and Bim's Package Store. It's time to taste the edge. Southern Edge, baby.
Stewart Media and Entertainment presents the Two Live Stews experience. We back, show. This right here, this ain't your ordinary ish.
Two Live Stews Experience, Ryan Stewart, Doug Stewart. Baby, we back. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Yes, we are back. It's been a long time. We shouldn't have left you, but them folks sat us down forcefully. What up to the Qs?
Do not let anyone confuse you. The Two Live Stews started this shit. The Two Live Stews experience, shouty. If you're not stewing, what the hell are you doing?
But I want to know how it is you voted for Donald Trump when you're so into facts, because his entire campaign is not based in facts. It was all based in propaganda and emotion.
I voted for Donald Trump for one reason only. His policies, if implemented, would slow the dispossession of whites in the United States. If he were to deport all illegal immigrants, if he were to think very hard about letting in any Muslims, all of this would slow the rate at which whites are becoming a minority.
Why are you so worried about the white dispossession of America?
Because I want my people to survive. Is that so strange? We don't control China. We don't control any place where whites are not a majority. And if we become a minority, we will not control our own destiny anymore. When my ancestors built this nation, they did not build it with the intention of giving it away to Mexicans or Chinese or Haitians or to anyone else.
Do you consider, you keep saying your ancestors built this country, you consider that a fact?
Who else built it?
And we've got to thank God every minute of every day. You're in the dog. With your boys, the Two Live Stews, Doug Stewart and Ryan Stewart, the makeup of those stews. Good morning. Let's start with Griff. TKP_704. Mocha Bella. Honorable mention to Rel Scott. And to my man Microwave. Good morning to all of them, and good morning to you too, Dougie Stew. What is happening? Good morning, sir.
Microwave. Everything is good, man. How about you? We had a great weekend.
Microwave and Rel Scott came to the tailgate this past weekend bearing gifts. So this morning, I gave them honorable mention good mornings because they came bearing gifts this past weekend.
I didn't see any gifts. You
Of
took
course.
the gifts for yourself?
I'm their favorite stew. It wasn't gifts for you. It was gifts for their favorite stew.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Kind of do the show together. So I thought your gift would be my gift.
No, time out. No. If someone brings me something and hands it to me personally, that's got nothing to do with you.
Okay, what was it? We got to get to that video.
One was a T-shirt that Rel gave me.
Okay. Both of us can't wear a T-shirt. But he should have had a T-shirt for me. But go ahead. What's the other thing?
Well, why should he have a T-shirt for you if you're not his favorite stew? Second gift came from Microwave, and Microwave and I both, let's just say we are vegetable harvesters. And yes, so he imparted some He imparted some vegetables to me.
Right.
Yes. So shout out to Microwave. Hadn't tried those vegetables yet because I've got a very nice harvest of my own right now, but I can't wait to get to it. I think I may check it out this weekend. His vegetables.
Okay. All right. That's what's up.
Yeah. Everything is good, man.
Before we talk about that video one more time, I got to say thank you to everybody for the birthday shouts out yesterday, man.
50, that cat is double nickel. Congratulations, man.
Double nickels, man.
Congratulations, man.
Double nickels,
that's real.
Man. Yeah.
When your last name is Stewart and you're a male, that's real.
Yeah. 55, man. A lot of people, our homegirl, and shouts out to our homegirl, Teresa Dantzler.
Shouts out, Teresa. Love you, girl.
She posted a picture of, it was like the anniversary of her cousin and our homeboy, Jermaine Grants.
Jamie, I saw the picture of Jamie.
And I'm a guess.
Hold on. How long ago was that?
I'm a guess he's been gone 30 years, man. And when I saw it, it just kind of struck me as like, man, I'm doing good. I'm above ground. Knock on wood. I'm doing good. Our old man left hand 50. I mean, everything at this point.
Old man left hand 50.
Right. Well, not exactly 50, but somewhere around there. Yeah. And so
speaking of that, our cousin Don, who also passed away right around 50, his daughter will be flying to South Carolina to have Thanksgiving with us.
Yes, that's great. That's great.
Very excited about that.
So yeah, thank you to everybody for the birthday shots out, man. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. Thank you. 47. He's got a new number now. Donald Trump. He won the election, man. He won.
Yep.
And it was kind of convincingly, like it was early. Like they determined that he was going to win like at midnight.
I shut it down before that. I guess I made it till about 10:30 or 11 before I realized which direction things were going, and I shut it down after that.
So the video we saw coming back or coming into the show today was from Eddie Hong. Who is Eddie Hong? He said the guy that was kind of asking the other guy the questions. Eddie Hong was the producer of the show Fresh Off the Boat. It's kind of like the Wonder Years. Most people have seen it. I don't even know if it comes on. I maybe watched an episode or two. And he also does a podcast, which you just saw, called Hong's World.
Well, he's a chef. He's actually a chef.
Okay. He's a chef.
And he cooks these delicious meals, allegedly. I haven't tasted it. He cooks these delicious meals and then sits down and interviews people about different things.
And the name of the show is Hong's World. It's on Viceland. And what you just said, he interviews people, and this guy he was interviewing was a quote unquote white supremacist.
Mm-hmm.
And he asked him, like, why would you vote for Donald Trump? And what he could have expounded on that and said, Donald Trump is a joke. He's an idiot. He's an imbecile. He's got 34 felons. He's told a documented, verified 30,000 lies since 2016. Like, why would any reasonable person vote for Donald Trump? And the explanation the guy gave, you just heard it.
He's a racist, and he wants to continue to stay racist and keep his position of power because of the numbers.
Right. In his explanation, he wants the white race to stay on top, in a nutshell. And
power and numbers.
Right. I mean, even to the point, that guy wasn't an actor. This was not like acting, okay?
No, this wasn't staged.
That guy even had the nerve to say out of his mouth, because we built this country.
Our people, my people built this country. Yeah, look, man,
Lord have mercy.
I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't agree. However, I'm over my pity party at this point.
Oh, no, you can't cry with spilled milk at this point. This is done.
Before I went to bed Tuesday night, right around that 9:30 to 10:30 to 11 o'clock mark, I had a bad hour and a half. Turned the TV off, kissed my kids, went outside, blew one, got in the bed and went to sleep. Woke up knowing what the situation was going to be, didn't cut the TV on, started with my day, and at the end of the day, this is how I look at it. I know who my God is. God is the same yesterday, today, which was Tuesday, but now it's Thursday. God is the same today, yesterday, and he will be the same forever. He's in total control, and this too shall pass. That being said, one of my favorite scriptures is Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways, acknowledge him, and he will make straight your paths. I do not know. There's some things I will not know, and I am not supposed to know. But what I do know is I trust and believe in him, and I'm at peace. Last thing.
That sounds great, man.
What really bothered me yesterday was when Morgan woke up, like, in her eyes, in her heart, her first words weren't good morning, Daddy. Her first words were, Daddy, how'd that happen? He's such a bad man. How'd that happen? Mason comes upstairs. Mason's first thing that he says to me is, so now that Donald Trump is back in office, Dad, are bad things going to start happening? My kids weren't joking when they made those comments. My kids didn't understand why and how someone with that type of demeanor could be in this type of position. My kids are kids that come from seeing a black president that served 2 terms in their lifetime. So they don't get and understand how this has happened. So I think that's all I got to say, man. I'll pass the mic to you because I'm sure you've got something you want to say, man. But this too shall pass, man, and the good Lord's going to take care of it all. He's going to have to.
The scripture is great, man. It's fantastic. We was raised in the church. Our granddaddy was a preacher, man. At the end of the day, Donald Trump, one of the things and part of Project 25 is his plan is to take the cameras, the surveillance cameras off of police and give them total immunity.
The body cams.
Yeah, the body cams. And give them total immunity, meaning it's going to go back to the way it was before Trayvon, where they could just shoot a ninja, kill him, and not be held responsible.
Along those lines, because it's your turn.
Okay.
I'm not stealing your turn, but along those lines, there will be able to, if he gets his way, they'll be able to stop, search, and frisk whoever they want, whenever they want, for whatever reason they want.
Yeah, so my point is, your scripture is great, man, but in real time, this will be bad for us.
Ain't no buts
in the next 4 years. Yeah,
ain't no buts in my scripture.
Hello, stop it. We can't do this. Stop it, Douglas.
Do what?
Good morning. I'm sorry, no doorbell. You got to stop, for real.
Stop what?
There's no but. There's no but.
There's a but. I'm giving, he gave the biblical side and debate and argument. I'm giving the practical, real side.
And so that's why you're going to get what you're worried, whatever you're worried about, whatever you are ruminating on, whatever you are talking about.
I'm not worried about it. I'm just stating a fact for the conversation. I'm not worried about it. It is what it is. You're right. It's going to, whatever's going to happen is going to happen. If that's what Ryan's soliloquy was on, from the Bible, then that's fantastic. I agree. What I'm telling you is what's going to happen, the facts.
And they will for you, but it might not for me. How did you survive? How did any of us survive the last time? Just focus on, go back for a second.
I didn't say anything about us surviving or making it or not. We're going to make it. What I'm saying is a fact of what's going to happen is a lot of bad stuff for us.
No, denied.
As a direct result of him getting back in office.
And she gets to deny that, and she gets to feel that way, but you too get to feel the way you do, sir.
Right. Oh, absolutely.
I get to feel the way I do. It is what it is. And this is very, very, very unsettling. But please continue with what you were saying.
No, that's it. That's all I wanted to say is, just unbelievable, man. And the video, let's take it back to the video. The video is, because a person with common sense wouldn't vote for Donald Trump based on his history and what we've seen as him as the president, there's got to be some type of subconscious reason that people would vote for this guy. And I think what that guy was saying in that interview, the white supremacist, is the truth. It can't be common sense that you would go in and pull a lever for Donald Trump when he incited a riot in which people died at the Capitol.
Just give him the country back.
We got a meme that we're going to show a little bit later that kind of addresses that a little bit, but it has to be something more nefarious than what we see in view, in common view. It has to be something subconscious for this to happen again, based on his background.
The guy for the last 4 years has talked about how he's going to get back once he gets in office.
Yeah, retribution.
For all the people that said this about him, or alluded to this about him, or thinks this about him, or did this to him, or did that to him, it's coming for you. I'm coming for you. He really literally put the world on notice. And a huge majority of the country was like, yeah, let's give it back to this dude.
Kamala, a great job. Congratulations to her. I think a lot of things came into play and why. Ultimately, part of the reason is because of the timing of everything. When Biden stepped down, she had 100 days. Couple of real gaffes. And the two gaffes, there's a couple, but two in particular that come to mind. Number one gaffe was she didn't have a good response for that question on the View, what would you do different than what Biden did? And really, that should have been something that her and her team should have already estimated would be asked of her.
They should have been prepared for that question.
She was not prepared for that question, and she looked like she wasn't prepared, thus she didn't give a good answer. And hey, listen, what kind of answer is she supposed to give? Any answer to yes would be a knock against her, the guy that gave her job. She was in a rock and a hard place.
I disagree with that, too. I disagree with that.
What could she have said? What could she have said to not give a vote to Joe Biden?
Well, there's a handful of things that I would do differently. A handful. I think Joe has done a great job. I support him with everything. I've done my job. I've done what's been requested of me. However, when it comes to this, when it comes to that, or when it comes to this, I'm thinking about doing this with that.
She did. She was ill prepared for that
but
question.
You can't say someone that hadn't. I mean, we saw Joe not really be able to hold a sentence together. You can't support that if you're the one that's going to follow that.
Right.
Even though you're his vice, you can't support him getting up there. You can't support what he did versus the Trump debate. You can't say,
I'm sure she has a team of advisors that went over every question in the world she would be asked, and that question slipped through the cracks.
That one slipped through.
And the second thing, and the second thing that I think that the Trump campaign pounded on was this whole notion of her paying for sex changes for inmates in jail. And then they even used Charlemagne and the other guy, Envy. They used Charlemagne and Envy as a weapon against her. Two of the most prominent black hosts in America. They used them.
The biggest radio show in the country.
And that wasn't good. And just like Charlemagne said, I don't want my taxpayers' dollars going to guys getting sex changes in jail.
I was listening to that show. That wasn't the premise of his comments. It was diced, chopped, and sliced, and it was. I know. That wasn't the comment.
But even in that, when I kept seeing this commercial and I did a little research, I said, wow, that's bad. I don't want my taxpayer dollars going to change some dude to a man, but she still ain't bad as Trump. That's ultimately, at the end of the day, what I said. But the Trump campaign pounded that. They pounded that. You know? So I'm very proud of her, man. HBCU grad.
She even did her she was at Howard on Tuesday, man.
Right. So
she was going to accept her presidency at Howard University.
So there's a guy, there's some troll in the group saying now she can go back to not acting black. What I'll say to that person and to anybody that questions Kamala and her blackness because she's a mixed race is remember, as a 17-year-old, she decided to get on a plane and fly from California to Washington, D.C. on her own volition to go to an HBCU and ultimately pledge a BGLO, Black Greek Letter Organization, on her own choosing. Okay?
No gun to her head.
No gun to her head. She did that. Okay? So the whole thing is just unnerving, man. It's just unbelievable what's happened in the last 2 days, man. And yeah, buckle your seatbelt. It's going to be a ride. At least for 4 years.
Up next in the Doghouse with the Two Live Stews, Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart, and the Two Live Stews Experience.
We got to talk some sports, man. Just a
quick shout out to Southern Edge and the Southern Edge Beverage Company. Of course, the Stews and the Two Live Stews Experience is powered and fueled by the good folks at Southern Edge. Check them out on the web at southernedgebeverageco.com. NFL Week 10, or is it Week 9? College Week, top 12 teams are out. Polls are being started. A picture is being drawn. We'll talk about all of it. We'll read some chat, and we'll talk a little bit of sports and whatever y'all want to talk about. It's your boys, the Two Live Stews, Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart. Y'all keep it locked. More stews up next.
Let's be clear. A clean, healthy environment is what you and your family deserve. The truth is, our indoor air can be up to 5 times more polluted than outdoor air. which can dramatically affect respiratory health, especially among children and the elderly. The solution is clear. Clear filters trap and remove dangerous particles from the air, keeping substances like bacteria, viruses, mold, dust, and pollen from accumulating in your home and other indoor spaces. Clear filters offer a diverse selection of filters that meet the highest industry standards. Clear filters catch even the tiniest contaminants, creating a healthier and safer breathing experience in your home and other indoor environments without compromising the integrity of your heating, ventilation, and air conditioning systems. Visit ProjectClear.org and take advantage of all the benefits a cleaner, healthier, pollution-free environment has to offer. And together, let's clear the air.
Imagine feeling invigorated and focused, not by artificial substances, but by natural pre-workout supplements. This isn't just a thought, but a reality many athletes and fitness enthusiasts are embracing. They hold the key to elevated performance without the commonly associated side effects of synthetic products. However, overlooking the potential of these supplements means missing out on that all-natural energy boost and focus. It means accepting unnecessary crashes post-workout. It's a pain point that no fitness enthusiast should grapple with, especially when there's a healthier alternative. At Lion Roar Herbs, we produce a vegan all-natural pre-workout that is proven to increase performance and boost every workout. Visit us at lionroarherbs.com to learn more and look for natural performance energy. That's NPE. We are sure you will feel the difference.
Now follow me on this. Do dogs still live outside? I don't think they do. When I was growing up, dogs live outside. They didn't live inside. And I'm not talking about people in the city. Like, if you live in the suburbs or a rural area and you got some land, you got a mortgage, you'd have a fence, and the dog had a little, fenced in part of the fence to themselves, or a dog house. I think all of the dogs live in the house now, and it's an indictment on society that our dogs are even getting softer. Right, dogs used to be manly and they braved the elements and they found their own food. A dog today couldn't live by itself on its own for more than a day and a half. I'm sure that. When did this happen? How did this happen? That the dogs are getting soft. Am I just tripping or what? Are the dogs getting softer? We'll talk about it Thursday morning on the Two Live Stews, youtube.com.
Real hard. Literally, not figuratively, but could be real hard.
All right, so, and welcome back to the Two Live Stews experience. What are your thoughts, man?
Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart, Two Live Stews, powered by Southern Edge Beverage Company. Check them out on the web at southernedgebeverageco.com. Yeah, man. Our dogs, we grew up in Moco, outside of Moco in Oakley, South Carolina. Everybody's dog, all dogs, and the majority of the people in our neighborhood had dogs, but all of them, not one or two of them or three of them, but all of them stayed in the yard on a chain or a rope.
On a chain or a rope.
Tied to a tree, tied to a pole, staked in the ground. The only area out inside the fence, like you just mentioned.
Even the Chihuahuas. Even the Chihuahuas were on a chain.
Year round. Poodles, chows, all of them year round.
And if the dog was privileged, they had a dog house.
Right.
Now, I'm about to step on some toes here, and I don't mean to do this, but I'm keeping it real.
Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart, Two Live Stews, and the Two Live Stews experience. Please keep it real, sir.
Your dog. What's your dog's name?
My dog is Neil the pup. He's Neil the dog now. He's no longer a puppy.
So Neil is what type of bulldog?
American bulldog.
He looks basically like the bulldog on Tom and Jerry. They used to terrorize Tom.
Well, not the same color scheme, but yes, I know what you're saying.
Your dog lives in the house.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So why? Why does your big-ass bulldog, whatever terrier you just called it, live in the house? Is it peer pressure? Your wife and your family won't allow the dog to live outside and be a dog?
No, it's not.
You're emasculating the dog. You do know that, right?
No.
You're part of this problem that I just talked about.
Well, I don't necessarily think it's a problem, but we can get into that.
Go ahead. Talk about it. Why does your big-ass bulldog stay in the house?
I've had a dog the majority of my life since I've been on my own after college. I've had a dog. I've always had a dog.
We had the puppy food deal back at the radio station.
Right. Okay. The amount of money that I spend on my dogs, they can't stay outside. My dogs can't stay outside. I spent more money on the dog than I did having the kids.
There's another problem arises. Maybe you should use that money for an investment, like a mutual fund. All of the money that you spent on the dog, you could have went and got a mutt. If you wanted a companion, you could have went and got a mutt and put that money into a mutual fund.
There's mutual funds. There's investments. Yeah, there's plenty of that. I do all of that. Yeah, but when it comes to my dogs, if they were to stay outside with the money that I spent, it'd be a bad investment. I gotta take care of my dogs. My dogs are not pick and pay dogs.
I knew when you watched that, you weren't going to apply this to the equation, yourself to the equation. I knew you weren't.
Well, and I knew that when we were talking about this, that you also wouldn't divulge the fact that your dog back in the day lived in the house too.
What dog?
Your dog didn't stay outside.
Oh, that wasn't my dog. That was the kid's dog. Kipper? No, Kipper was not my dog. Kipper was the kid's dog. If it was up to me, Kipper would have been chained to a rope in the backyard.
Listen, and not only were your dogs in the house, but there were several times where I visited your house. Two Live Stews experience. Ryan Stewart, Doug Stewart. There were several times I visited your house, and upon walking in, you were not just sitting in your chair. You were sitting in the chair with the dog. My dog don't get on furniture and beds.
That's not true.
My dog don't eat at the table with everybody else.
I think I found my space in these little reels, which are great promotion for the show.
I agree.
My little space is just calling out old school versus new school. I like that.
One of the things that I took from the dog conversation is the fact that outside air should not be cleaner than your inside air at home. Okay? Y'all need to breathe easy and live better. And the good folks at Project Clear are here to make that happen. We're transforming lives one filter at a time. Real stories, real impact. We are providing healthier homes, healthier schools, and healthier businesses. The inside air, wherever you are, working, learning, or living, should not be cleaner than the outside air. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
ProjectClear.org is a website where you can go and learn about unique ways to fundraise in your community to bless people with clear air. And clearair.com is where you can go to purchase your own personal filters for your home, vehicles, schools, businesses, and everything else. Make sure that you reduce the harmful contaminants in indoor air environments by going to clearair.com and projectclear.org.
What's the website again? Give the website again.
Projectclear.org for fundraising ways to help your community, and clearair.com for filters to clean the air in your home.
All right, before we jump the last 48 treat, quickly want to mention a couple of games on the schedule this weekend. College. Georgia Tech hosts Miami, man.
Yep. Homecoming too.
Can you get me a ticket?
Man, I couldn't get myself one. I'm just going to keep it real.
Yeah, I didn't even bring up the whole Notre Dame thing from a couple of weeks ago where I asked you for a ticket and you said, don't worry, I got you. And I never heard from you till Monday. I didn't want to even bring that up. So no.
Well, I was told on that particular day that I couldn't give a ticket to someone if I wasn't going to be there.
Okay.
So I called those same people and requested tickets for the homecoming game, and they was like, "Oh man, we just gave away the last pair."
Right.
So
That's
yeah,
okay. I get it, man.
I've been going from that school 30 years, man.
Right. Yeah. It's not the same administration and coaching staff that was there when
it's
you were
changed.
there.
It's changed 4 times since then, and they ain't studying your boy. It's all good. I can get access to basketball games easier than football games.
I can't get tickets to Newberry and Lenore Ryan.
No.
You know, Georgia Tech 5-4 in the year. Miami 9-0 right now. Let's see if Cam can keep it going when they come to Atlanta. Georgia taking on Ole Miss. This is a big one. 7-1 Georgia versus 7-2 Ole Miss. And then Colorado, man, they're number 20 in the country. We're going to talk about the ratings a little bit later, but they're number 20 in the country. 6-2 versus 6-3 Texas Tech. Our homeboy Mike Dingle, his son Miguel Dingle, linebacker for Texas Tech. Looking forward to that, and want to see if Florida State can extend their worst record probably in school history, or at least since Bobby Bowden's been there. They're 1-8 right now, probably going to 1-9 playing Notre Dame this weekend.
And for the record, I've made a killing off of two teams. I made a killing off the Lions this year. They've been covering and winning.
Mm-hmm.
And I made a killing off of Florida State because after Tech beat them, I was betting against them every weekend.
Right.
And I've been winning.
Alabama and LSU both at 6-2. A big discussion yesterday on ESPN on the Puppet Factory about, is a 3-loss team going to make it to the Final 12?
If your name is Alabama, if your name is Oregon, if your name is
LSU,
one of those schools, LSU, if your name is Notre Dame, if your name is Penn State, if your name is Miami, if your name is Southern Cal, which they won't be, they're an atrocity. Texas, there's several schools that if they've got 3 losses might still be given an opportunity to represent by getting into the Final 12. But it's not going to be no Boise State. It's not going to be no Mississippi. It's not going to be no Florida. It's not nobody like that. But the superpowers, definitely.
Couple of games from the NFL. Looking forward to. Lions taking on the Texans. Lions 7-1. A lot of people saying they're the best team in the league. Any thoughts on the Lions and Texans?
I just keep thinking that eventually the Lions aren't going to do what they've been doing for the last 2 years, and I'm slowly starting to realize that that's not their reality. It's a new Lions team. I think they'll beat the hell out of the Texans and win by 15, 20 points.
Wow. Commanders versus the Steelers. Hosting the Steelers. 7-2 Commanders, 6-2 Steelers. Bengals and Ravens getting the weekend started tonight. Can't wait for that one. Ravens at home. They got a new uniform. We'll talk about that a little bit later. And the Falcons. Falcons on the road taking on the Saints. People from Atlanta go to that game every year because it's the rivalry. They both came to the league at the same time. Atlanta people are on the road right now. I'm telling you, headed to New Orleans. And this is another one of those games we want to see if the Falcons can handle their business. They are supposed to win this game on the road. They're still a 3.5-point favorite on the road, headed down to New Orleans. Go Falcons.
Yeah, go Falcons. Get it done. Y'all are sitting in a prime position to get a lot of things done. Y'all sitting in a prime position to have home games in the postseason. Y'all need to see this thing through. Y'all play for a damn bye.
Yes,
keep on playing Falcons. Keep on playing Falcons.
Last 48. These are the biggest memes in the Two Live Stews Facebook chat group, which, by the way, has like 40,000 people in it. The biggest memes in the group in the last 48 hours. Tree, roll them out. You can only choose one. All in their prime. One has to go. Who you taking out? These are great running backs. Do you know all of these dudes?
I know all of the dudes except for I know the face, but I can't think of the name of the bottom right.
The bottom right is the guy. He played for the Texans. Oh man, and I didn't even look. I didn't even look at that. Naughty, what's his name? The bottom right.
Hopefully the Naughty Dread knows. Come on in, Dread.
Arian Foster.
Arian Foster.
Right.
Arian Foster.
It would be between Foster and McCoy. The last two listed at the bottom right. Foster and McCoy.
I don't think you can take out Shady. I think that it'll probably be. I think his name is Chris Johnson that played for the Titans in the middle.
Are you crazy? He's one of the fastest running backs that's ever been in the league. Are you crazy?
Go back to it one more time, Tree.
Are you crazy? You can't take out Chris Johnson.
I think it's him or Arian Foster. I agree with you on that. You can't take out Todd Gurley. You can't take out Peterson. You can't take out Beast Mode. Le'Veon Bell. You can't take out Le'Veon Bell.
People don't like Frank Gore, but Frank Gore's got more yards than everybody on this damn list.
Yeah, you know what? I think I would take out Frank Gore too. He just
way.
He just was healthy. He just was consistent every year in and year out. He was a hard worker, but
so you're going to frown upon his career because he was accessible and there.
But there was nothing flashy about it.
He was able to run every weekend. He had multiple 1,000-yard seasons. He didn't fumble the ball. He won games.
Hold on.
You're going to take him out?
But you're a stat guy. You're a stat guy once again. Are you keeping him in, or are you keeping in Saquon Barkley?
Saquon's not on the list, sir.
No. My point to you is his stats are a gazillion times better because he's been healthy for a long time than Saquon Barkley at this point. But if you're taking one of the running backs based on what you saw this weekend and what Saquon's been doing really since he's been in the league, jumping over people backwards, are you taking him or are you taking Saquon?
Ain't nobody got more yards than Frank Gore. He's a proven running back.
That's not the question I asked you.
I'm taking Frank Gore. I'm not issuing on Frank Gore.
You're not taking Frank Gore over Saquon Barkley in any circumstance. Stop that. Stop that.
First of all, and for the record, Saquon Barkley's not on that freaking list.
I understand,
so
but I'm trying to make
I have a hard time.
To make a point about something else, though.
I have a hard time with the hypotheticals, though.
Okay.
You know that. I don't do that well.
Next,
you want me to pick somebody that's not even on the list? I had a Frank Gore that's on the list.
Ryan, the reason I brought his name up was to make a point to you about picking one guy over the other. You said you take Frank Gore because of his stats and what he's done. I'm telling you. Go ahead.
I'm not playing that game.
All right, next one, Tree. And you're watching the Two House Stews experience. Let's try to get in one more before we go to a break. So this is the uniform I was talking about tonight. The Ravens are going to wear. Funky Fresh in the flesh.
They dope. They're so dope.
I like the logo on the regular uniforms though better though than this crazy looking drunk looking bird. That bird looks high, man.
That bird looks.
Look at the bird. The bird's eyes are red, man.
The bird is angry.
The bird's been drinking.
No.
The bird's been drinking.
The bird not high, man. The bird ready to play ball. The bird ain't high, man.
I can't wait to see that tonight. That's dope. All right, so we got a couple more memes. We got Naughty with the Funky Four. We got the Arlie Report coming up. Yeah, the Arleywood Report coming up in the next segment. A lot of fun, man. I don't think we've talked about it. You do realize we haven't done a show since the tailgate. Yeah, we did do a show
Monday, sir. We did a show Monday. Yeah. It's okay, man.
That's why my voice still going, man.
You talking about that bird being high? It's you. You the one over there high.
My voice is gone, man.
I'm over here on a 50 milligram gummy. You on one of them 150 milligram gummies.
I'm done with the gummy game. Trust me on that.
When you gonna tell that story though, man?
I'm almost ready to tell a story, man.
Up next in the Doghouse with the Two Live Stews, Doug Stewart and Ryan Stewart. It is the Two Live Stews experience with the Arleywood Report.
Rel Scott.
Hey, people, it's your boy Chubb Rock. There's a new sheriff in town, Southern Edge Beverage Company. And let me tell you, you better taste the edge. Watch this. Taste the edge. Sweet tea vodka, salted caramel whiskey will rock you. The taste is smooth and refreshing. Gluten-free, no harsh burn for the blessing. Make it neat. Have it on ice. Buy both bottles. Have it twice. Mix with your favorite fruit juice. Nice. Mix a liqueur combo. Hype. We're black owned. Yeah. Finest in Atlanta telephone. College Park. Check this bone. Sweet tea, vodka, fix your fam. Southern Edge Beverages, Instagram. Salted caramel whiskey on the edge. New sheriff in town, baby. Taste the edge. Southern Edge can be found in the following locations in the metro Atlanta area. Total Wine and More in Alpharetta. Camp Creek World of Beverages. Prohibition Liquor. Firewater Package. Crest Wine and Spirits. And Bim's Package Store. It's time to taste the edge. Southern Edge, baby.
Have you ever been stranded on the side of the road, Arlie?
Yes.
It's not comfortable, is it?
No.
Dogs and Poodles, if you find yourself in a jam on the side of the highway, give my folks at Bay 11 Towing a call, 404-770-6949. Again, that's 404-770-6949. Being stranded on the side of the road in Metro Atlanta is very stressful and dangerous. Bay 11 Towing is who you need to call, whether you're dealing with a flat tire, dead battery, full-on breakdown, or whatever that may have you on the side of the road. Call our folks at Bay 11 Towing, and they will get to you with a competitive rate and quicker than everybody else in town. Again, that's Bay 11 Towing. That number is 404-770-6949. It's your boys, the Two Live Stews, Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart, the makeup of those Two Live Stews. We're now joined by the lovely Arlie Michelle. What up, Arlie?
We gotta do the birthday dance.
Yeah. Happy birthday. I can't even sing it today.
You're gonna have to let Ryan do it today.
No, I'll do it. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday!
Are y'all done?
My God, it's the Douglas's birthday.
Actually, it was yesterday, but I know what you mean.
Well, we celebrate all month, so
Right.
we're just gonna go with it. Yesterday was Douglas's, Doug the Dictator, Doug the Big Brother, Doug the I call him Dora the Explorer because when he put that backpack on, he's backpack. He's out of that thing.
Hey, thank you for the shout out on the No Show yesterday at 7 o'clock, 7 p.m. Eastern time.
Yes,
Thank
we
you.
all sang a little happy birthday, and I keep wanting to say happy because a ditty is like a little bitty song, but people
ditty,
look
don't
at
call it
crazy
that. Don't
now when
call
you
it
sing
that.
a ditty.
Don't call
So
it that.
a
You
little
can't do that.
birthday bop.
Speaking
Bob,
of which,
that works.
Diddy's birthday, the real Diddy, his birthday was a couple of days ago too as well.
Yeah,
Damn.
he had a very uneventful birthday in where he is, but he was able to vote. They mentioned that because he is a registered voter and he has not been convicted yet, he was able to vote.
Didn't help.
Oh, really?
Evidently, it didn't help.
Did not help. Well, we don't know who he voted for.
You know he voted for his Howard fellow alumna.
Could have.
It's
He was also
alumna.
friends with alum. They always confuse me. I know we have to say we say I'm a Delta Sigma. I'm in the alumni chapter of Delta Sigma Theta. I was at Gumtree. They always remind us sorors. It's Gumtree alumni, but I don't know when alumna. I think Spelman is alumna because it's female, and then
Right, alumni are
many of
It's a
them.
male thing. I thought it was a male thing, nigh, and
Right.
nay was female. I could be wrong.
Something like that.
We're going to go with God. Anyway, it is some other people's birthdays beside Doug, who has just turned the wonderful, I think he turned 25 yesterday. Woohoo!
No, he's 55. He's 55.
Yes, thank you, Arlie.
25. And he was with them little people because we can't say midgets. That's why his voice is tired.
You just said midgets, though. You just said it.
Uh-oh. Oops. Also to celebrating birthdays today, singer Corey Glover of Living Color, which was like a rock band, and y'all remember they had a song, couple popular songs, 60, but they were like a black rock band. Tandy Newton turns 52 today, and I bet y'all didn't know, Ryan, and I bet you didn't know that
Ryan and Doug.
she has a whole different first name, and it's so like basic. Her like stage name Tandy Newton, but she's Melanie. Isn't that interesting? Tomorrow, actress Alfre Woodard will turn 71. Jamaican singer-songwriter Diana King will be 53, and singer SZA, like RZA, but SZA will turn 34. Y'all, let me say this right quick. I want to mention this, and Tree, I apologize in advance, and I'm gonna get a little spanking. I meant to send her a picture of this. Y'all, did anybody recognize that Tito Jackson didn't have a funeral? Like, he died in September, then all of a sudden you just didn't see up. And the other day I was wondering, I was like, I wonder what happened to Tito's funeral. They just happened?
They had a funeral. It just wasn't for the public, probably. You know they had a funeral.
They had it 7 weeks later. They just literally had it Monday. November 4th.
Really?
It's probably something dealing with the estate. Same thing happened with James Brown when he died.
I have a frat brother whose
money. Basically, at the end of the day, it comes down to something happened with the money.
Perhaps.
Go ahead.
I have a frat brother who has a sibling that recently passed, and they hadn't buried him yet, and it's been close to a month. But it's because of
the family's still trying to get down here.
Well,
it's military.
He was military something, I believe. Yes,
It's either military sometime when it's long, and then the judge. It's a judge here in Georgia that passed way back around the time of a little bit after Tito Jackson, and she's getting buried just this weekend. I was like, it started making me think, like, is there a backup? Because I've heard a lot of people talking about, oh, it's gonna be my god auntie is flying to a funeral this weekend, but the father passed 4 weeks ago, and I was just like, Why is it taking so long to bury people? Do we not have enough people embalming and stuff? What is going on? So I'm gonna have to do some research on that. But he literally was just buried almost 2 months after he was buried, after he passed, and Janet wasn't there. Just Marlon and Latoya, as well as two of Michael's children came. Of course, Catherine is 94 now, so she might not have just been able to travel. We hadn't seen her a while. But Jermaine wasn't there, Jackie.
What?
None of them. I don't know what's maybe they all mad. I don't know. They were
That's-
just together in Germany, so I don't know. But anyway,
I hope they had a good embalmer.
They probably did. Lord have mercy. But anyway,
That's where embalmers make their money at.
Yep.
Something like that.
Well, second up now. Plies has just filed a federal copyright infringement lawsuit yesterday. He waited till, after everything went down with, because, he was a big supporter of Kamala Harris, and so were the people he's suing. He is suing Megan Thee Stallion and Glorilla for their song Wannabe. And he added Cardi B because she jumped on the track back on Memorial Day as in the remix.
Is that Megan Thee Stallion in the top left in this picture?
Top left, child. Look at her with the flowy hair. That's Megan Thee Stallion at college days. That's not Megan Thee Stallion pop that thing right nowadays. Or WAP or whatever. And then Cardi B up there in the right top. And then that's Glorilla right there at the left. Bottom left. And Soulja Boy, because he's also being added to the lawsuit because Plies claims that his song, and I don't know, and I've looked up why he's waited so long to sue Soulja Boy with this. The song originally came out in 2008. It's called Me and My Goons. And then he says the intro of Pretty Boy Swag in 2010 for Soulja Boy. And this song from Megan, and Cardi B is of course just came out. It's like Glorilla's highest leveled, is topped at number 11 on the charts, highest charting songs. But he is suing them, and he also names in the suit Meg's Hot Girl Production, Soulja Boy's former imprint College Park Production, and record labels Universal Music Group, Collective Music Group, and Interscope as defendants. So if in fact he wins, and I listened to all 3 songs, my musical knowledge, and I don't do chord progressions and all that, but they sound real similar. So I don't know.
So but before he would create a lawsuit like this in court, I mean, pushing paperwork through, does he contact those people or those people and say, hey, man, we got to get this right? Or does he just go straight to court?
That's a good question. Oftentimes you do try, like, listen, because that's what happened with when Marvin Gaye's estate sued. They initially tried to like work it out, like, nah, we didn't copy that. And they said, oh, okay, well, we can show you better than we can tell you. So they took him to court, and that's how they ended up in court. However, Doug doing my turn. Yay! It's like that little game where you do move the things over. Mm-hmm. But oftentimes they do try to settle before. I don't know if Plies did. He literally did this just this Wednesday. So I don't know if he was like, I'm waiting until after the election so it can have better traction. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure. But the truth is, if he wins, and if you listen to him, if you go to any one of these websites, just type in, Plies lawsuit against them, you'll see, you can hear all 3 songs, and you're going to hear the similarities.
You think they jack Plies? What's your thoughts?
I think he has a good case. If you hear it, the beat is like, but I was talking to musician friends of mine. Every time one of these kind of lawsuits comes along, we all talk about it in those musician circles. And I don't play an instrument. I used to play piano, but I don't really play. Like, I can't talk about no chord progressions and all that. But they were like, one half of them is like, but there's just no new chord. Like, there's no new music under the sun.
It's all been played. It's all been played. Right.
But the simple thing to that is say, here, I know I'm copying this from you. Let me just go on and pay you. What's that? The little man, he's big too. God, I can't think of his name. He's a little bitty dude, but he had a residency. He went ahead. I can't think of his name right now.
Bruno Mars.
Thank you, Ryan. Thank you. Bruno Mars went ahead and paid and just added the Gap Band to the song before they could even sue him. He was like, let me just go on and add them as writers and add them as collaborators, and they get their money up front. Every time the song sold, they just go on and get their money instead of going to court, because it's much more costly that way.
I saw LL Cool J talking about Rick Ross, who's used his lyrics. A couple of big name artists have used his lyrics. And the guy that was interviewing him was like, so you didn't get a check for that? And he's like, nah. I do extremely well for myself. I got money coming in. I'm happy that they're using my music. I'm happy that my music continues to go forward. I'm happy that they're making nice tracks and including me. They don't even need to ask me. I'm all for it. So people view it differently. And I guess when you've got the bank account of like an LL, you're less likely to want to get some get back if somebody's purged some of your music.
Run me my money.
Okay.
I mean, I
run me my money.
I don't know. I just think it's like because so many artists, especially back in the day, there's a history. I was listening to that the other day. There is a history of particularly Black artists and white musicians stealing theirs and then not wanting to run them their money. Like it's a Chuck Berry, Beatles whole thing going on. This song was like, and then Bob Dylan jumped in and stole Chuck Berry, one of them Berry, somebody. And we don't get the funds for it. So I understand LL's point, but I also know if you need to at least give me my credit because that's important too. You get publishing credits and that money runs in perpetuity. It's gonna run into your estate every time they run that song. So yeah, we'll keep a lookout for that. Next up, we got a comedy horror coming down the pipelines. Our boy, well, he not our boy. Like I know Rel, not our Rel, but you know,
not Rel Scott, but Lil Rel.
Lil Rel. Our boy Rel will put us in the movie, but Lil Rel is going to get his directorial debut and star alongside his comedy friend Tiffany Haddish in Haunted Heist. It's going to be about 4 estranged friends reunited at what appears to be a typical house. But
y'all gonna hate me. Y'all not gonna like me. Please finish, Charlie. Go ahead and finish, Charlie. Go ahead and finish.
It's about these friends. They're trying to figure out it's supposed to be like some fortune in this house. One friend trying to convince the other friends to help him rob, I guess, the house. And then they got to squash whatever their beef is to try to get along and survive the night in an insane pack of ghosts.
So
what y'all think?
These are 2 comedians that easily for me are hit and miss every single time they're on the stage.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And I like Lil Rel. I'm in love. I mean, I can't say she's one of my favorites. She's just hit or miss. They're both just hit or miss. I hope the movie goes well. I will try to watch it and see it, but they're both really hit or miss.
So the reason why they're hit or miss, and I kind of we talked about this the other day, I kind of put Kevin Hart in this category too, is because they aren't seasoned comedians. Like they just came up quick and did something, commercially through movies or TV shows or whatever. It was Girls Trip for Tiffany Haddish. And if you hear any old school real comedian that's been going to clubs every weekend, doing gigs every weekend for 10, 20 years, like a Lab Love, like a Henry Welsh, like, I don't know. Special K or Griff. It's a different type of level of respect and kind of polishedness that those guys have because they've seen every situation a gazillion times.
But you're talking as if Lil Rel, Kevin Hart, and Tiffany Haddish hadn't worked the Chitlin circuit in them clubs.
No, not like the people I'm naming. Not like the people I'm naming.
I disagree. They've been in them 50-room bars also.
No, Lil Rel has not done the comedy thing like Bruce or I don't know. What's the guy's name that was in Friday? That was the dad.
Him, Arlie.
Coordinate, Witherspoon, John.
Witherspoon,
not John Witherspoon. His brother in the movies.
Oh, with the nice smoking jackets.
The funniest comedian. And it'll come to me in a second.
Don.
DC Curry.
DC Curry.
Don Curry.
Can you imagine how many shows DC Curry has done in his life?
But
he's also older, so that's different.
Yeah. I think you're shorting the 3 comedians that we're talking about right now. Kevin Hart, Rel, and Tiffany Haddish.
There's some people that, different people like different types of comedy. Like I think people like Lord, his name is escaping me. He's been in the game 60 years now. Lord have mercy. His name just went away. But
Eddie Murphy.
Thank you, God. Ryan. Oh, for you to be the one remembering is not good.
Right? That's bad. It's terrible if I'm the one remembering.
This is terrible. People like Eddie Murphy, when he did his stand-up, hit it every time. You know, those were, and then he moved into movies, and I think some of his was slapstick, but it was still, you know, he has some good movie runs. I don't think that Kevin Hart is always as funny. I just think he got the boost, and when you get the boost, that's what it is. So
somebody mentioned it in the chat. It said Cat Williams or not Cat Williams. Cat Williams mentioned in that interview with Shannon Sharp how Kevin Hart just showed up in Hollywood and was in movies.
But he was in some silly stuff at first. Like, remember he was in, what's that movie
Soul
about
Train.
Soul Plane. Soul Plane.
Yeah.
Soul Train.
I read something a while back about how he used to sneak into clubs at a young age. I don't know, man.
But nobody saw him.
But nobody saw him. If he was in clubs, people saw him, Doug. He wasn't performing in clubs where nobody was at.
I mean, there's not much to argue about. All I'm saying, I understand when those comedians kind of say, man, they really haven't, they just showed up.
Well, not to rehash old things about Tiffany Haddish, but you know, she had disappeared off the scene for a while because she had a little run-in with some inappropriate comedy sketching that she had done some time ago, and so she had to lay low for a good while. They was about to cancel her, so it's nice to see that. I guess it's nice to see that she's able to come back. I want to see everybody win. I'm not a horror film person, but it's going to be a comedy, so it'll, you know, it's going to be interesting to see. Typically, we, you know, melanated people don't get into the comedy genre because they're going to kill us off first. We're going to be the first one.
Not comedy. We do get into comedy.
We don't get into horror. Right. Thank you.
Right.
We don't get into horror like that because they're going to kill us off first anyway. So this will be interesting, you know, all black comedy. Well, I'm sure they're going to throw some other people in there. So it'll be
outstanding job, brother. We appreciate you.
Have a great weekend, everybody. I hope everybody finds some joy this weekend. And I will see you guys on Monday.
Top of the hour coming up next. We'll spend some time with the great Naughty Dread. He'll give us his Funky 4. Thank you very much for Arlie. You did an outstanding job, Arlie. Outstanding.
The 4 biggest stories that we haven't gotten into yet that Naughty wants to get into.
And we also have some more Last 48 to do as well. Whatever y'all do, y'all please keep it locked. To your boys, the Two Live Stews, powered and fueled by Southern Edge and the Southern Edge Beverage Company. Check them out on the web at southernedgebeverageco.com.
We'll be back in 1 minute. Maybe
hey, people, it's your boy, Chef Rock. There's a new sheriff in town, Southern Edge Beverage Company. And let me tell you, you better taste the edge. Watch this. Taste the edge. Sweet tea vodka, salted caramel whiskey will rock you. The taste is smooth and refreshing. Gluten-free, no harsh burn for the blessing. Make it neat. Have it on ice. Buy both bottles. Have it twice. Mix with your favorite fruit juice. Nice. Mix a liqueur combo. Hype. We're black owned. Yeah. Finest in Atlanta telephone. College Park. Check this bone. Sweet tea, vodka, fix your fam. Southern Edge Beverages, Instagram. Salted caramel whiskey on the edge. New sheriff in town, baby. Taste the edge. Southern Edge can be found in the following locations in the metro Atlanta area. Total Wine and More in Alpharetta. Camp Creek World of Beverages. Prohibition Liquor. Firewater Package. Crest Wine and Spirits. And Bim's Package Store. It's time to taste the edge. Southern Edge, baby.
Tree, can you pull up the QR code and post it for people? We got a lot of viewers watching right now. Would love for them to just order a bottle of Southern Edge Beverage Company's sweet tea vodka and or salted caramel whiskey. You go to that QR code right there. All you got to do is scan it, make your order, and the bottle will come directly to the crib. Again, it's a Brown-owned company. Two Live Stews, Doug Short Rhinestone, and Dr. Scott, Beta Mu 92. So y'all support Southern Edge Beverage Company at southernedgebeverageco.com. Again, scan that code and the bottle will come straight to the crib. A lot of things in the world of sports to talk about, so we still got to do the last 48. Where do you want to get this thing started, sir?
Yeah, give me 1 second. Grab a pencil or a pen. I guess people don't use pencils anymore, really. Grab a pen and write this down. Have you tried to get life insurance and was unsuccessful? So in my real life and what I have going on a daily basis, I'm in the financial services industry, retirement planning, investing, life insurance. We have been working with some carriers that are qualifying people that have been hard to qualify. If you have been turned down for life insurance or tried to get some life insurance for your mother or something like that and been turned down, I probably can help you. All right. So text me at 678-216-4552. Once again, grab a pen. 2 seconds. 1 second. 678-216-4552. And I'd love to help you get a a life insurance policy if you've been turned down or know someone that's been turned down and need to get a policy. All right.
I love it. Real quick, sir. The Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys play this weekend. Okay. Are you listening? I need you to follow me. Are you listening?
Absolutely.
This weekend when they play, you're talking about two teams. One is 6-2. The Philadelphia Eagles still playing pretty good ball. Started off pretty slow. Dallas is 3-5. Vic Fangio is the defensive coordinator of the Eagles. He was asked this week how he felt about Cooper Rush being the starter. Dak Prescott is out. I think I even read or saw that Dak Prescott is on IR, which if he is, that's a 4-week absence. He'll be gone. But when asking Vic Fangio how he felt about this weekend's game and Cooper Rush being the starter, he said, I don't think it'll change a whole lot. Can you give me your initial thoughts on Vic Fangio, the defensive coordinator for the Eagles, talking to a reporter about how Cooper Rush being the starting quarterback and not Dak Prescott? How can Vic Fangio say, I don't think much will change if that's the case? Not your $60 million quarterback in there, but Cooper Rush. We'll probably do the same thing. What's your thoughts on that?
That's an obvious shot. I mean, I don't know what else you want me to say. It's an obvious shot at Dak, saying that they're not losing that much with this Cooper Rush guy.
Dallas Cowboy fans, y'all are in a very, very bad spot, and I don't see y'all getting out of that bad spot anytime soon.
We talked about this a little bit the other day, man. You don't think Dak is a top 5, at the least top 10 quarterback in the game?
I always say top 10. It's probably more like 7 or 8. I can think of a handful of people I would like more than Dak Prescott. However, his money and his situation is not conducive to success for the Dallas Cowboys. He's not the game changer that he needs to be making that type of money. And when your quarterback and your wide receiver and CeeDee Lamb are eating the bulk of the cap, ain't much you're going to be able to do. They just can't.
All right, so we're doing Naughty here. We're doing the memes.
Let's get to Naughty, man. Let that Funky 4 roll.
The Naughty Dread.
Morning,
What's happening,
morning,
man?
Dread.
What
How
up,
you feeling,
Naughty?
player?
Man, y'all doing all right?
You look like
Doing great, man.
You look like you about to go and meet up with Marlo. What's going on, baby?
Were you a Wire watcher, Naughty? Did you watch The Wire?
I watched like the first season or so.
Man.
That was hard for me, man, because the hardest dude on the show was kissing boys. I was like, I can't stick with this, man. I'm gonna go ahead and cut out on this. I'm gonna check out.
You know what? That theme is intertwined in a lot of TV shows today. It's almost like
I don't watch a lot of TV shows. I stay away from the programming.
But it's crazy. Omar was one of the hardest characters on the show and one of the most intricate. One of the most intricate characters too.
I was like, I couldn't do it, and I was telling one of my partners who from Brooklyn. I was like, man, I was telling him about Omar. He was like, man, it's real Omars out there. Like,
wow. No question.
Really, he was
no
like,
question.
Really like that, And I was like, wow, But I can't sit there. And
I don't know if your Funky 4 has anything to do with the election now, but we would like some choice thoughts from you on this past couple days ago election.
Yeah, I'll get to that toward the end.
Oh,
but
okay.
let's we in the NFC East and we talking quarterbacks and Dak Prescott.
I can't wait to hear what Naughty has to say.
Well,
it's good that it's at the end though. Go ahead, Dred.
So we can just cut his ass off.
Right. Right. I mean, it's a
we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that.
It's a Trumpian thing to do. I mean, in the spirit of Trump, you can cut me off. I ain't gotta have a voice. Let's start out with Jaden Daniels. So his mom is about to be his agent. I mean, she done got certified by the NFLPA. And I guess she'll be negotiating his contracts. Now, she'll be one of 50 women, about 50 women who actually are NFL agents. Odell Beckham's mom, she represents him. And you know that
Lamar Jackson.
Yeah. Well, his mom is not his agent, but she's his business partner. To become an agent, You have to have a undergraduate degree. You have to have a postgraduate degree, master's of law, from an accredited institution. It requires a $2,500 fee and a passing a background check. You got to have a 2 to 3 day virtual seminar followed by an exam that they hold every July. Also, you have to pay your fees of I think it's $1,500 to $2,000 a year, depending on the number of clients you have. So, I mean, she had to. It ain't just an easy process to become an agent, even if you want to be an agent for your own children. But I mean, what do you guys think about that? These mothers who are representing their boys, because I think Preston Brown mom represents him, and there's a couple other football players who moms represent them.
So let me let you go last, because you've been through this whole process in your life playing in the league. To me, as an outside observer, and actually for a short time period, acting as a runner for a professional football agent. We're not gonna call his name right now. Or do you want to call his name?
Shouts out to you, Bolar.
Terry Bolar. Shouts out to Bolar. I love this because to me, these top players are slotted. The money is slotted. If your numbers and your production is slightly better, you have a little bit more notoriety than this guy, you're going to get a little bit more than he got.
On that first deal, your numbers are slotted, no question.
Yeah. And, I guess free agents continue to do deals over the years. So that for example, if Dak got the last big deal at $60 million a year, the next guy up that's just as good or somewhere in the area of Dak is going to get a little bit more. Is that how it works?
I agree 100%.
Right.
Yep. I'm not mad for these guys high. Why would they not give the money to their mama instead of some dude that they don't know, that only talks to them because they can get something from them? Why would they do that?
And doesn't care about them at all, especially if said parents or said moms have to go through the same process as every other agent, which means they got to pass test. They have to learn. They have to understand. They got to understand the cap. If they pass the test, I'm all for it.
If you could show me how an agent is negotiating a bigger deal because of their negotiation skills than another deal, then I understand. But I don't think that's what happens. I don't think that's how the process works.
And the league probably doesn't like this happening. Because
absolutely.
The league wants to continue to keep a good, strong, firm hold on everything with their people.
Right.
Establish, they know.
Right. Establish older agents. They're in bed to a degree with the owners.
That's right.
To a degree. They got to represent their client, but to a degree, they go to dinner together, they play golf together, they hang out together. Give that money to my mama.
Yeah, whatever. I agree 100%. Yep.
Well, reading this story, there's over 1,000 agents, 1,000 different agents in football. 50, like I said, about 50 being women. And like Andrew Luck, his uncle was his agent. So a lot of these people have their family members, their fathers, their uncles. Just a few of them have their mothers, but that's becoming the trend.
Over a decade ago, I studied for that test for about a month. Never actually took it because it was a lot of information. After studying for like a month, I realized, how bad do I really, really want to do this? Because it was a lot. I mean, the information, it was so much information. But I decided against it because it was so time consuming to learn, and there's no guarantees once you get into business. So I decided to go in a different direction.
Right.
What else you got, Natty?
Really tough test.
I've broken my face twice. I came back early with the risk of losing my vision. Had broken fingers. I still came back. So I'm not gonna sit here and be like, when I see people saying he doesn't want to play, I've been way too much. I've done way too much, for this city, and putting myself at risk, for people to be saying that. So I do think it's bullshit. Like that dude, he's not here, Marcus, whatever his name is. I've done way too much for this fucking city to be treated like this. So.
Who wants to go first?
You go first. Go
well,
first.
Joel Embiid got suspended 3 games for shoving Marcus Hayes a reporter for having a report. In the report, he says Joel Embiid consistently points to the birth of his son Arthur as the major inflection point in his career. He often says that he wants to be great, to leave a legacy for his boy named after his little brother, who his little brother had passed away. And then he goes on to say how Embiid is not living up to being great. He's always out of shape and things of that nature. I mean, the man hasn't played a game this season, and the team is reeling early. He's already, even though he hasn't played, he already has a technical foul somehow, and he's been suspended 3 games.
For the record,
right?
For the record, there's only been 9 games played in the NBA. There's 82 games played in a season, so I don't want it to be misconstrued that he's missed a lot of games. No, it's the beginning of the year. But go ahead, Doug. You about to say something?
No. First of all, breaking your I gotta make a comment. Breaking your face doesn't sound good, man.
No,
he's broken his face twice.
Right. He should have said pause.
Right.
Right.
Has he been dodging games? Does it seem like he's dodging games because he just doesn't want to play, or has he been injured?
Early in the year, they talked about how he wouldn't be playing back-to-backs all year long, possibly. He's had a riddled history when it comes to injuries.
So
he's missed a lot of time.
Here's the question I want to ask.
Question.
Remember they used to say Shaq wasn't in shape?
Yeah.
Is that the word on Embiid, that he's not in shape? That's why he keeps getting these injuries? I don't know.
That's what I've been hearing.
That's the word on the street. Yeah.
I hear he still eats Wendy's and McDonald's and he's not training. Like, he's missing strength and conditioning. Like, before the season they have strength and conditioning, it's important that you go.
And he misses sessions. He misses.
Right.
Oh,
Correct.
that's not good. That's not
Here's
good.
all I want to say.
That's not good.
He's one of the highest paid basketball players in the league for a reason. His body of work does not need to be questioned. When he's out there, when he's healthy, he's a beast. One of the best to ever do it at that position. He does miss a lot of time. Not Kawhi Leonard time, but he does miss a lot of time. What I want to say has nothing to do with what I just said. He cannot physically put his hands on no man. I don't give a damn what they said. You just can't start touching people because you disagree with what they've said about you.
That dude would have went to his car and got his pistol. I mean, he would have been well within his rights.
Then what?
Yeah.
You're shoving me because I said something? It doesn't work like that.
Well, I guess he took it as a personal shot. Like, I feel like
I don't give a damn.
Families are off limits.
I don't give a damn.
But I agree with you. You can't touch the press. Why would you? Why would you even think you could do that?
Not just the press. You can't touch nobody.
Man, that's true.
You can't start putting your hands on people because you can't tell me how I get to retaliate if you decide to touch me.
Yeah, don't put your hands on me.
Yeah. So.
Hey, did you? I thought we was gonna have to squabble Saturday. You remember the dude that was talking all the trash to Dallas, and I said something to him, and he put his hand in my face. I said, "Man, look." I pushed his hand away. I was like, "Listen, bro, you got your hand in my face.
You better go ahead." Oh yeah.
Who was that guy?
Yeah. For the record, you do know in situations like that I do have muscle out there. I'm not talking about the strap either. So we were protected. We had muscle out there.
He put his hand like 3 inches from my face. I was like, bruh.
The muscle was there. Yeah. The muscle was there.
Those Cowboy fans are real, man.
They're crazy.
I know you drunk.
Yeah.
I know you drunk, but you better get your goddamn hand on my face. Go ahead, Nadi. What you got?
Yeah, Embiid, you can miss as many games as you want, Embiid. You can say whatever you want. You can curse as much as you want. You can't touch people, though. Can't do that.
Right. Well, speaking of people who got touched, Giselle is pregnant, man. 44-year-old supermodel, Tom Brady, old lady, man, and got pregnant by her boyfriend, Joaquin Valente, the jiu-jitsu instructor.
She don't look good pregnant.
Well,
Go back to the picture again. Bless her heart.
Yeah, she's an odd shaped woman anyway.
Right.
Board shaped woman.
Supermodel. Yeah, she got. My question is, in Tom Brady's case or anybody's case, if they old girl have a baby, he got 2 kids with her. Do you send them a baby shower gift or do you?
I think you stay out of it.
You stay out of that situation. I mean, because your kids, that's their brother. I mean, y'all technically y'all family. You know, she bringing a new member into the family. I don't know how that.
I think he'd be stepping on the line if he sent a gift over, man. Now you talk about a reason to squabble. You sending my wife gifts, man?
Well, I mean, they're not married. They're not married.
I know.
They're not married.
No, I'm saying, who's not married?
Giselle and the new guy are not married.
Oh,
right. No, that's
her
just
boyfriend.
a boo thing. They've been, man. Obviously, they've been.
They jump off.
I think Tom Brady been together, right?
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
So no baby shower gift.
No baby shower gift. Still.
Well,
even though they're not married, no baby shower, no baby shower gift. No.
I can imagine that Tom's probably happy for her, man. He's just happy that she is not in his life anymore because allegedly she was busting his balls, man.
And stepping out on him.
Apparently, this is why she wanted Tom Brady to retire because she wanted to have more babies, and Tom was too focused on football. I'm trying to have a baby. You know, it's almost over with for me. I need a baby.
All right, Nadi, that's the third story. Let's get to number 4 now.
Well, this is the most important story right here. Apparently, Hamas has called for an immediate end to the war after Trump has won the election. Apparently, Trump has a relationship with Netanyahu that Joe Biden doesn't have because he's saying that now that Trump is in office, they're ready to immediately stop this Palestinian-Israel war. So, what are your thoughts about Hamas ending the war? That's a positive thing.
If
I
that's
think
the
you're referring
case.
to Hamas. I think you're referring to Hamas.
He said,
yes, Hamas.
Yeah.
Yes,
okay,
Hamas.
And this could be good and this could be absolutely terrible because if it's ending because of Trump, of something that Trump has done and or said, that means there's probably going to be favors or something done on the behalf of Trump to those folks in Hamas. Does that make sense?
No, it don't make sense. I mean, if you got a relationship, sometimes it's just about having relationships. Joe Biden don't have a relationship with Netanyahu that Trump has.
Right. So a war that's been going on for how long now is ended
Going
because
on a long
of what?
time.
Right. Ended because of what?
Because Donald Trump is in office.
Yeah.
Well, first of
That's
all,
a positive thing.
If that's the case, I haven't
the end
heard
of a war.
I haven't heard the story anywhere. Where's your source? Who's this coming from?
Newsweek and Fox News is reporting this. My sources are both of them. I got, I was gonna read some of the stuff
Fox
that
News?
they've
You
said.
using
Yes,
you
Fox
using
News
Fox
and
News as a resource?
Newsweek.
Okay. Well, let me
Right.
see. Let me see if that's the case. I need to read up on it a little bit more. I
Oh
haven't
yeah,
heard that
please
yet.
do. It's on the front pages of everything. That's how I found it.
Okay.
Outstanding job, Nadi. We appreciate you, man. Thanks for coming. Outstanding job, Dre.
Hey, sometimes we just gotta get naughty ass out of here, man.
Well, he just did a good report. He just gave us a great report.
It's a great report, but naughty is a lot, man. Did you check out the No Show yesterday?
I have not seen it yet, but I'll watch it this morning when I get done with this show.
I usually watch it the day after too. Make sure you check out the No Show with Nadi and Arlie every Wednesday at 7 p.m. live on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. All right.
I'll check
And
it out
hey,
this
don't forget the Tea with Tree. The Tea with Tree Tuesdays at 7 p.m. So Mondays and Thursdays, me and you, 7 a.m. Tuesday and Wednesday, Tea with Tree and the No Show at 7 p.m. Both shows start at 7 p.m. All right.
Got a little bit of sports stories up next. Got a few last 48, and we will read the chat in the doghouse.
We're gonna stay here till 9 a.m.
Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart, Two Last Twos Experience. Y'all keep it locked.
Yeah.
Let's be clear. A clean, healthy environment is what you and your family deserve. The truth is, our indoor air can be up to 5 times more polluted than outdoor air, which can dramatically affect respiratory health, especially among children and the elderly. The solution is clear. Clear filters trap and remove dangerous particles from the air, keeping substances like bacteria, viruses, mold, dust, and pollen from accumulating in your home and other indoor spaces. Clear filters offer a diverse selection of filters that meet the highest industry standards. Clear filters catch even the tiniest contaminants, creating a healthier and safer breathing experience in your home and other indoor environments without compromising the integrity of your heating, ventilation, and air conditioning systems. Visit ProjectClear.org and take advantage of all the benefits a cleaner, healthier, pollution-free environment has to offer. And together, let's clear the air.
Imagine feeling invigorated and focused, not by artificial substances, but by natural pre-workout supplements. This isn't just a thought, but a reality many athletes and fitness enthusiasts are embracing. They hold the key to elevated performance without the commonly associated side effects of synthetic products. However, overlooking the potential of these supplements means missing out on that all-natural energy boost and focus. It means accepting unnecessary crashes post-workout. It's a pain point that no fitness enthusiast should grapple with, especially when there's a healthier alternative. At Lion Roar Herbs, we produce a vegan all-natural pre-workout that is proven to increase performance and boost every workout. Visit us at lionroarherbs.com to learn more and look for natural performance energy. That's NPE. We are sure you will feel the difference.
It's your boys, the Two Live Stews, Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart, the makeup of those Two Live Stews. And there goes Dougie Stew. Got a whole lot of stuff in the world of sports to talk about. We got a last 48. We got to finish, and we got to read some chat.
Yeah, we're going to read a lot of chat. We got a lot of starred stuff that we can read. Go ahead.
Real quick. Los Angeles Dodgers designated hitter Shohei Ohtani had arthroscopic surgery on his torn labrum that resulted from a dislocation suffered on October 26th during the World Series. Dude, this past year, are you listening to this?
Yeah.
He hit 310, 54 home runs, 130 RBIs, 59 stolen bases. He hadn't pitched since 2023. And don't forget, he is a pitcher.
Mm-hmm.
He's also the originator of the MLB's 50-50 club. So shouts out to Shohei Ohtani, who had surgery, but is expected to be back by spring ball. Your thoughts on the year that Shohei had this past season?
Incredible. I mean, he had the greatest, a lot of people argue the greatest statistical game in the history of the sport.
I don't know too many people arguing about it, though. I think everybody's in agreement that it's the best game that anyone's ever had.
I want to see if how they're going to handle him next year when he comes back and is ready to pitch, though. Tree, last 48. We got any more of those memes from the last 48?
Oh, yeah, we do.
And you're watching the Two Live Stews Experience. Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart. Thank y'all for joining us this morning or whenever you're watching the show. Before the season, Tom Brady explained why he thought there is a development problem for players in today's NFL and college football. It's just a tragedy that we're forcing these rookies to play early, but the reality is the only reason why they are is because we dumbed the game down. It used to be thought of at a higher level. What are your thoughts on this?
Tom Brady full of doo-doo and trying to shine light on himself and his accomplishments with those words.
Absolutely. Not only that, I think that he
and we hadn't you and I hadn't discussed this at all.
Right. So I also think the point that he's trying or what he's trying to do with this comment, he's trying to throw some shade on dual threat quarterbacks. Because historically the game has been played from the pocket like he played the game. Mm-hmm. And he feels like that, breaking down defenses and throwing the ball 40, 50 times a game is more the definition of a quarterback than what you see a lot of these guys coming in from college now can do. And they're implementing.
What's your take on Tom Brady and what he's done to this point? I'm going to talk about what we're talking about, but I'm curious to your thoughts on how he's doing in the booth as an analyst.
I think he's good. He'll get better.
I think he's good too.
You probably could look back at Romo and Aikman, and they probably were.
Romo was great from the start. Aikman wasn't. He's great now.
I can't remember, but they all. I mean, you do it enough, you're going to get better.
And quarterbacks know more about the game than most other players that play other positions.
Yeah, so 100%. I believe he was throwing a bow at this new jack quarterbacks which I've dubbed them.
Hey,
He's
man.
taking a shot at Lamar Jackson, Jaden Daniel types, guys that don't play the game like he played it. He needs to understand, though, it's a wrap.
You're right.
It's a wrap. This year, more than half of the quarterbacks are quote unquote dual threat / black quarterbacks in the NFL. There's more coming. There's more coming.
There's 14 to 15 starters that are black that don't play the game like Brady played the game, and he's trying to diminish the value of what they do, how they do it
compared to how he played the game. Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Now,
we agree 100%.
What I also want to highlight is this. In 1989, and I'm going to make my point after I tell you these stats. In 1989, Troy Aikman's contract was a 6-year deal, total value $11.2 million.
Total value?
Total value, $11.2 million for 6 years.
Wow.
That's 89. In 1999, Donovan McNabb's deal was worth $11.3 million over 7 years. Carson Palmer in 2003, his deal was worth 6 years, $42.6 million. It all wasn't guaranteed, though. Bryce Young, let's get to the guys now. Bryce Young last year, 4-year, fully guaranteed contract, $37.9 million. Caleb Williams this year, full 4-year guaranteed contract at $39.5 million. The reason why I went through those numbers for the last 40 years with top pick quarterbacks is to show that Tom Brady's full of doo-doo. The reason why these guys are not being mentored and tutored and sitting for a year and a half or 2 years is because they're getting too much goddamn money. You can't pay somebody $35, $40 million guaranteed and they sit on the bench for a year. You just can't do that. Not today's game. The economics won't allow it.
I hear what you're saying. But also I think a part of that is a quarterback like Tom Brady, a pocket quarterback that played the game from the pocket, can't show Lamar Jackson nothing.
No, nothing at all.
You see what I'm saying? They come from two different worlds as far as how they play the game.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of different factors in that conversation, but I thought that was hating on his highest level.
The economics have to play an important part in the game, and for teams that do things like the Falcons did this past year, pay Kirk Cousins $100 million guaranteed to come in, and then draft Michael Penix Jr. That's an anomaly.
Mm-hmm.
But the Falcons knew that Kirk Cousins was not their guy for the foreseeable future, and they went into that draft. Even though they paid somebody $100 million to come on, they went into that draft saying, we've got to draft our next quarterback for the next 12 to 15 years, and they did that.
I didn't like it, but it looks like Terry Fontenot is right. I can't say anything other than he's right.
I didn't like it for one night, but the night after the draft, the morning after the draft, I woke up like, that ninja's brilliant.
Next one, Tree. Next meme. I think this might be the last one. Okay, we got a couple more facts from my man Kirtland D. Hayes, all-star contributor. What up, Kirtland Hayes? He says, today is a sobering reminder that we live in a country where January 6th was not a deal breaker.
It's disgusting.
Lord have mercy.
Disgusting.
You would think after how Trump fired them people's asses up to go in there and do what they did and people died, I think that's something that they always leave out whenever they talk about January 6th. Like deaths. 5 people died.
The deaths.
But Kirtland is exactly right. You would think that would disqualify you from anything doing with the public domain.
It's disgusting, man. We're in a really bad place.
Next one, Tree.
And again, man, as upset as I've been about the whole thing, because I didn't lose any sleep over it. What really bothered me the most, man, was my kids and them, the seriousness of their questions when they woke up yesterday morning. That's what really set me back.
It's going to affect Miles and Mason, way more than you. You're older, to try to stay out of the darn sights of the police. It's going to affect Miles and Mason probably more so than you in their lifetime. The things that Trump, and not only that, the Supreme Court justices that he's probably going to be able, and the appellate court judges and whatnot, that he's going to be able to
man, he's going to try to rewrite. He's going to try to rewrite the Constitution. He got the House. He got the Senate. He got all these judges. He's got the Supreme Court. I mean, it's Jesus. Woo!
The long-standing effect is what he's going to do as far as these judge appointments, man.
Yep.
And things like we talked about earlier with taking away body cams and giving police full immunity.
If there's any beef I have with President Obama in his 8 years, it's that he didn't pack the court. He didn't pack the Supreme Court with Democratic judges.
Well, he didn't have the ability to. They didn't retire. They didn't retire. It just they fell into place when Trump was in office.
He could have added more justices, is my point. He had the ability to do that.
Are you talking about citywide? Yes. Okay. Yeah.
He could have added more. He could have added more Supreme Court justices.
Okay.
Yeah, he could have done it. He could have packed the court to get more Democratic thoughts and presence on that court.
Yeah, but someone has to retire before he can appoint somebody.
Hold on, Doug. Hold on for a second. Let's welcome in the great Arlie Michelle.
Hey guys.
Please bring some validity to the conversation that we're having, Arlie.
Right. I was going to just add what they're saying is that there was a conversation on the table that Biden could have expanded the SCOTUS, the Supreme Court justices, from 9 to another like 11 or 13. And then in doing so, he would have appointed additional. There's some legalities to that. One of these people, RC or somebody, is very. No, it's Jungle Brother, I think. But they're very astute in that. I don't know if that would have been an executive order. He would have had to go through Congress, but there was some talk about that very early on when all the votes were coming down 6-3. So if he added, let's say, 2 additional people, that still wouldn't have helped. It would have been 5-6, but it would have balanced out the courts. They were trying to look at ways to balance out the court. Since he didn't do that, and we have some justices that are up, even if they retire, the likelihood of Trump putting in a non-conservative judge in those spaces. So we're going to be 6-3 for a very long time. And he could have expanded the court to 11 or 13, and then would have pushed it in our favor. And so it would have been a better chance for Democrats to have some or just the country to have some balance. We don't have any balance right now.
Thank you very much, Arlie.
But Black Diamond mentioned it. You remember Ruth Bader Ginsburg? She refused to retire. She would have been somebody that could have been replaced on the Supreme Court, but she didn't do it. And then when Trump came in, people started retiring. And I think he appointed 2, maybe even 3 people to support Supreme Court, which are all super conservative and basically, are the opposite of the type of Supreme Court justices that are going to help us. Last meme tree, please, ma'am. If 34 felonies didn't scare you, please stop judging hoodies and dreads. It's just all contradictory, man. It's just ass backwards. You got a problem with the whole Black Lives Matter came from Trayvon Martin wearing a hoodie. And throughout the years, we figured out that hoodies scare white folks. You're scared of hoodies to the point you're going to murder them. But then 34 convictions, 34 felonies don't scare you to the point where you're going to give that guy your vote. We can talk about the hypocrisy of this whole shit for an entire show, man. It's just ass backwards.
My 9-year-old daughter said that. I remember you mentioning how if you've been arrested, you can't vote. How's the guy that's been arrested and charged, how's he able to be the president, Daddy? My 9-year-old daughter asked me that, man. How's he even able to be the president? Didn't he get in trouble, Daddy? Didn't he do some things he wasn't supposed to? Yeah, baby, he did. They've made an exception to the rules for him.
From Tony Dorsett, did anybody really think the black lady would win when the white lady whose husband was president and she lost? Talking about Hillary.
That's another thing somebody talked about.
That's actually pretty good math.
Trump has successfully gotten in office where he's ran against 2 women both times.
So white women overwhelmingly voted for Trump more so than they did the last. So with the whole abortion rights issue, the fact that Kamala is going to have women's best interests at hand, white women still said, F that. We're going to vote for this 34-time felon. Raider Kev, let's keep it real. Supremacy, one bigotry, one misogyny, one. Absolutely opinionated reality. You know a ninja defeated when they pull out that religious card. What's he referring to?
When Ryan blessed us with some words just to empower.
Right. That's right. No, your words were great. And I don't want people to think that I'm discounting your words because absolutely.
You're not sacrilegious, and you said we grew up in the church. Everybody knows that.
But I was just giving the honest, concrete, real side of this whole equation as well.
Check this one out real quick, Doug. Mitch Turtle McConnell denied Obama from filling a spot in 2016. Thank you very much, Maurice Byrd. That's correct.
Wow. From Courtney Williams, if you voted for Trump for the $1,200 stimulus check, I hope you get a $1,300 hammer toe surgery bill. Yeah. It's basically like a shell game. My mother always talked about a shell game. You ever see somebody play a shell game, man? I'm embarrassed to say this, man. I got beat by the shell game for $20 at a concert at what's the park that they have concerts at?
Piedmont Amphitheater.
Not Piedmont, the one down in College Park.
Chastain.
No, not Chastain. The one where they used to have birthday bash at when it first started. Over there, like in College Park. Something amphitheater. But anyway, man, I was going to the bathroom. The dude had the little, I don't know how he had a table out at the concert. He had the table set up right by the bathroom, and he stopped me, and he started doing the shell game. And I was like, shit, I can do this. And yeah, I put down your money, sir. I put down my $20. He started doing it, and I'm watching, and I knew it was the one in the middle. And that cat pulled that damn shell up, and there was no ball. And one of the ones on the right was the ball. He packed up everything and left.
Immediately. Yeah, we were at Orange Crush at Savannah State, 93, 94. And the weekend was over. We were headed back to our car to literally drive back to Atlanta. It was like 10 o'clock at night. And there were some guys on the sidewalk playing the shell game. So I stopped, me and Claude. I stopped and watched, right? And the first five times they did the shell game, I picked the ball, right? So I told Claude, look, man, we got $40 to get back for gas and food. Give me $20, man.
I know I can flip this money.
Claude said, I said, I just got 5 of them right. I'll get this money. Claude said, bro, you can't do that with the money that we need to get back. I said, bro, I just picked 5 of them. I'll get it right. Let me get the money, bro. He gave me the money, okay?
And I
gave the guy the entire $40, not 20, the entire 40. That guy took the $40, like, okay, no problem, sir. Put the $40 on the table, put the ball under the shell, and then proceeded to move faster than the speed of light. He wasn't moving that fast the first 5 times when I picked it. So immediately, when he started moving his hands off fast, I look at Claude. I said, oh, no, he wasn't doing this before, right? Claude said, don't look at me, dumbass. You got to look down there. I picked the wrong shell. Dude shut the shop down immediately, just like you just said, and got the hell on, and we were out of money.
Yeah, I think that's part of the shell game is they have to relocate real quick because
immediately
they don't want to get in a conversation with you about what just happened.
Right. And it's illegal. So if I say, hey, man, give me my money back, there's really no recourse.
Wait, the shell game is illegal?
Man, you can't gamble in the streets like that. That's illegal, man. That's like running numbers.
Detroit Matt. I don't think the shell game's illegal. Detroit Matt, it was my daughter's first time voting, and she literally cried yesterday morning. That part hurts me the most because I couldn't explain to her how he got back in office. Lord have mercy. Loose neck in perpetuity, Cy. Go ahead.
Go ahead and read. And don't call him perpetuity. That's my name. Just call him loose neck.
The scary part is 45 supporters overlooked January 6th like it didn't even happen.
And that's what I told Mason when he asked me the question about are bad things going to start happening. I said, well, son, honestly, and this is I don't even want to, this is less likely to affect us, Mason, is what I said. We've got the resources, the means, and the network to deal with a lot of the things that may be happening. However, people that look like us that don't have the resources and the network to get through things, they're going to have a really hard time.
Yeah. From Black Diamond, facts, Doug. Her parents were professors at 2 PWIs. She could have gone easily or attended one of these schools. What she's saying is what the point I was making earlier about her as a 17-year-old going all the way across the country to go to Howard. That girl could have, okay, clearly she's smart. Her parents are educators. Clearly she could have gone to any of them 50 schools in California.
And not only that, but if her parents are educators, they probably had a hometown discount to get her into those schools where they wouldn't have to pay a penny to go to those schools that they were teaching at.
Ass backwards, I'm telling you, man. Ass backwards. She doesn't have to act like she's black today. She can stop that acting. In America, I don't know about other places. In America, Kamala black. What's that? The 1/4 rule, 1/5 rule, or something? Okay, she's black, and there's no need to even say that out loud like that. Richard Bullock, ain't no buts. Come what may, God still in control. As individuals, let's do what we can to make the world better. Opinionated realty. 50-year-old black men pushing fear tactics and propaganda. Sad. I don't know who this is. Is he trying to say we're pushing propaganda?
I'm talking about the stews.
Can we just delete this guy? I think he's made a couple of questionable posts today. I want to just delete him. Put user in a timeout. We're gonna put his ass in a timeout.
How long is the timeout?
I don't know till we remember to take him out of timeout.
Okay, I like that.
Let's unstar him. Black Diamond, he's about to act the whole fool. The Senate and House are red now too. That's who I always stress, that the Senate, House, and our local elections are more important. From Raider Kev, what we should have learned during this race was white people will vote regardless to what this dude does. Vote for him. White people understood their assignment.
Where I live, our subdivision doesn't allow signs.
Political signage?
Right, in our yard. Okay, so we had ours in our big front window in the front of the house. Not in the yard, in our front window.
Mm-hmm.
Sir, when I woke up Tuesday morning to take the kids to school, someone had put out every bit of 5,000 Trump signs in everybody's yard in the entire neighborhood. Overnight, somebody stuck about 5,000 signs in the ground in everybody's yard in our neighborhood.
If this was 1980, somebody would have popped a cap in his ass from their window. Are you kidding me? Went in people's yards and put signs?
A bunch of them.
Wow.
A bunch of them.
Courtney Williams, Karen's created laws making it abuse to leave dogs. Back to the dog reel I did earlier. Adrian Williams, the dog I had as a kid, had a doghouse outside. He lived for 16 years. So I had a Doberman Pinscher when I was very, very young. Long story. I think I've told the story before.
You remember his name?
Tuck. And I don't know why where we got the name from, but my daddy had to take the dog for, long story short, my daddy had to take a dog for a ride because he was eating my granddaddy's chickens. Long story short.
One time, okay, the dog got the chicken. I'm going to let him slide this one time. But if it happened again, he got to go.
Old man took the dog for a ride. We never saw the dog again. Point I'm bringing this story up is we talked a couple of weeks ago about how it's not as cold as it used to be. Back then, it used to be cold in the wintertime.
20 degrees, 30 degrees, no problem at all.
I don't ever remember Tuck staying in the house. 20 degrees below zero, he was outside. And guess what? The next day, he was fine.
Not even in the garage. Outside. It's a different day and time, man. I mean, listen, there's been days where it's been so cold here where when I go out to take the dog outside, he'll step outside, pull his foot back, and step back inside like, I'd rather piss and or shit in your house. I'm not going out there.
So wait a minute. You got like a litter box. I think that's a term for cats, but you got a litter box for the dog?
No, I don't have a.
You don't take. Oh, you take the dog outside to use the bathroom.
Oh, the dog goes outside. To use
Okay. All right. Ooh, you scared me just now.
He's only had about 2 accidents in the house.
Yeah.
And one of them was on the step, and that's probably why he's only had 2 accidents, because the last time he actually did something on the step, and I got up like 5 a.m. to go wake the kids up for school, and I didn't cut the light on, and I literally stepped right in it.
Yeah, you have an accident in the house 25 years ago, you're going for a ride.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, again, he's only done that once. He had a rough morning that morning. When I stepped in that poop, he had a rough morning.
Ron Lee.
He would never do that again. As a matter of fact, he walked around for the next 3 or 4 days with his butt tucked between his legs, like I'm never going to take another dump in my life.
And you're watching the 2 Hours News Experience from Ron Lee. Misogyny is the only thing that overrides racism in this country. Some folks were never going to vote for a woman, especially a black woman. I mean, at the end of the day, there's probably a lot of truth to that. I just thought common sense would prevail. Me and St. Louis Ron talked a couple of days ago offline, and we were saying St. Louis Ron was saying he feels good.
Did he pick your pocket?
What are you talking about?
Never mind. Go ahead.
So he was saying that this was before the election. He feels good about Kamala's chances. And I was like, man, I do too. I just can't see a rational person walking in the booth and pulling the lever or casting their vote for a lunatic.
They're not rational. A classmate of mine, a Caucasian classmate, went to one of my Tight Dogs page and posted, "Enough of this Kamala BS. F you all Democrats."
This was somebody that you used to thought was cool.
White classmate of mine. So me and the buddy that he made the post on, me and him, I talked to him and I'm like, so are you sure that he made that post or was he hacked? And he goes, I'm willing to bet he made the post. And I said, well, before I bury him on social media, I'm going to contact him and have a conversation first. I want to make sure he didn't do it or he did it. I text him on IM and said, hey, man, I need you to call me. 5 minutes later, my phone rings. He calls. I said, I just saw this post on social media, man. Did you make that post? He goes, what post? I said, come on, man. You know what I'm talking about. He goes, no, I haven't been on social media in a while. I said, open your page up. He opens his page, and all you hear in the background was his fingers starting to hit the keys a lot. Oh, my God. I didn't do this. I've been hacked.
Yeah, he did that shit. Are you crazy? Of course he did it.
No,
the Russians ain't worried about him, little page in South Carolina. The Russians don't give a damn about this dude to take the time to post a fake.
Well, okay. Well, he's swapping down. He didn't do it. He removed the post, changed his passwords, and apologized to me and my Tight Dog. Shouts out to you, Mario Gethers. He responded, I apologize. I didn't do this, but I apologize that y'all even had to think about if I did this or not. Okay.
Yeah. Those situations are very, very hurtful. I'm not going to say their names.
Is it negative? Did they do something negative?
I'm not going to say their names, but some people we grew up with, literally playing in the dirt with every day in Oakley.
Right.
Have for the last couple of years since the whole Trump political experience have been posting all of this stuff about how Trump is great and anything negative they can think of towards black people. I unfriended them. When I tell you, we literally played in the dirt with these guys every single day when we were 7, 8 years old.
Say their name.
I'm not gonna say their names. It's not important. That's not important. I don't want to even give it as much credence as I already have. But yeah, I stopped following them. I disfriend them or whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
I deleted Window and Kindle too, man.
And not just I'm voting because I like this guy or I like this guy. Vitriol, throwing real vitriol at said black candidates, Obama, Harris, like negative, go back to Africa type stuff. And when I first started seeing it, I was like,
in disbelief.
What?
I don't believe Wendell and Kendall doing this. I don't believe it. That's what I said. I thought the Mayhem Boys was cool, man. But you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, man. I was in disbelief, man. It really kind of like, and I'm not this type of guy. It really kind of like hurt me.
We grew up playing with them dudes, man. Never when their daddy was home, but we grew up playing with them cats.
Which was probably where it lied the problem.
Right.
Yeah.
So you got to remember that, man. We're all products of our environment. If we're allowed to come over to your house and play in your farm and come by your crib when your daddy's not home, but the minute your daddy's supposed to be home in 5 minutes, you shooing us out. Okay, you guys probably should go.
Yeah, but man, we didn't know that was a tip off though. Probably at 8, 9 years old, man. We didn't know.
Paying attention.
We weren't paying attention.
No, we were not. And if our mother and father knew we were in the house, they would have definitely put a stop to it. They would have definitely done that.
Oh boy. From Jay Shawnee, chained up year round. Loki says horrible when you say it like that, though. It does sound kind of like slavery-ish. She's talking about chaining the dogs up.
So I Googled.
And you're watching the 2 Live Stews experience.
I Googled the American Bulldog's comfort level with temperatures. And he can't be outside for a long period of time if it's 50 degrees or lower. And he can't be outside for a long period of time if it's 92 degrees and or higher.
Okay, so listen. Am I wrong in thinking that dogs are animals that originated from the wilderness? They've been domesticated to a point where they're in the house every day like we're talking about, but they should be able to survive in the elements because they're dogs. So you're telling me that your dog would have a tough time making it through the night if it was 30 degrees outside? Like he might die, freeze to death? I don't think that's how dogs work.
This information came from one of my best friends that knows everything. His name or her name is Google. And she said, or he said, 50 degrees or lower, he can't be outside for a long period of time. 92 degrees or higher, he shouldn't be outside for a long period of time.
I don't believe that. They're dogs. They have. What if we didn't come along and start domesticating them? That breed would still be out there. They would still have to live in the wilderness. They'd still have to find their own food. They'd still have to find shelter if it started hailing or snowing or something like that. They'd go under a bush.
If my dog wasn't living with us, he would die. He wouldn't eat or drink water or anything.
That's what I said in the last part of the video. Like, these dogs couldn't make it on their own today, man.
No, he needs us.
If you let your dog, what's your dog's name?
Neo.
If you let Neo outside and told him, go, I want you to go and make it in the world on your own.
Like,
come back tomorrow. What would he say?
Nah, I'm not going out there. You crazy? Stranger danger. I'm not going out there. Somebody gonna try to take me. I'm an American Bulldog. Hello? He's gonna send me outside.
That's the point I'm making, sir. That's the entire point of the video. Society has gotten so soft that even the dogs are soft now, man.
We are soft, man. No question about it. Man, I had to take Mason's phone away from him, man.
What do you mean? What happened? You're watching the 2 Live Stews experience. What happened?
He's on the middle school basketball team. First basketball game of the year 2 nights ago. He didn't start. Coach puts him in 5 minutes into the game. He gets 3 quick fouls. He's fussing at the referee and the coach. Hey, man. JP literally had to grab me as I got up to go snatch his ass off the bench in front of everybody.
Wait, he argued. He was arguing with the referee?
Arguing calls, and then when the coach brings him to the sideline, he's arguing with the coach about how he didn't foul somebody. He literally beat this kid's ass on the court. But he's arguing about how he didn't foul. I didn't do it, man. And I got up and JP grabbed my leg like, you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't go over there and coach Mason or take Mason off the court. You can't do that.
But that's a function of him playing sports later. Because you learn you can't argue with the referees and the coaches when you're 7, 8 years old.
So I'm glad I didn't get over to him. I'm glad JP was sitting by me. After the game, when he comes out, our parents give you a hug, say good game and all that stuff like that. I hugged him and I whispered in his ear, I'm going to beat your ass when we get home.
But he didn't know. Back to my point. He didn't know that he can't argue with the officials and start fights.
I told JP, I need Miles and Morgan to ride home with you, and Mason's going to ride home with me, and we'll be there a little bit later. I took him down to Lake Oliver Marina, big body of water. I got him out of the car, and I said, look, man, you've been playing sports for a long time.
Well, not really.
Well, you've been playing and watching for a while.
Right.
In his young life. Have you ever seen a referee or an official make a call and take the call back after it was made? No, sir. Have you ever seen a guy get a red card or a yellow card and the ref pull the red card or yellow card back and say, never mind? No, sir. If you ever have another conversation on the court or on the field of play with a referee, I'm going to bring you back out here and I'm going to throw you in there with cement on your feet. Do you understand?
No, you can't threaten to kill him.
Well, I did.
I understand the point you were making, but you can't say you about to get some cement shoes, man. I wish you wouldn't have said I wish you wouldn't have said that on live national worldwide radio either.
Who are you at 14 years old fussing and yelling at referees and coaches? We're not raising you to do that.
Yeah.
And if you do that, something has to be done, bud. So yeah, he had a complete understanding. They had another game yesterday, and when I tell you he was the most well-behaved kid on the floor on yesterday. But yeah, man, these kids are different, and if they don't get checked, they'll grow up ending up acting and being like Trump.
From loose neck in perpetuity, well, loose neck Psy,
your
perpetuity.
Don't call him my name.
Listen to this. He says, I have pet insurance on all 3 of my chihuahuas. I got a vet bill for $4,000 and immediately put all of them on the insurance. What?
Yeah.
That's another thing, man. We had some tough decisions to make with Kipper when he started getting old and sick and feeble, and clearly he was in declining health. Like, they take him to the vet. Like, I don't remember people ever taking pets to the vet either when we were growing up. But anyway,
no.
We take him to the vet, and the vet would say he needs this shot or he needs a shot. I'm arguing with everybody else in the house. Like, what do you mean it costs $300?
No.
What do you mean it costs $800?
Oh my gosh, man. Sparky was on his deathbed, and I took him to the vet, and they wanted me to spend like $1,200 to get this shot and to get this and to get that. And the dog was on his deathbed.
Wouldn't Sparky rather go to doggy heaven than get these shots over and over and over and us to spend our retirement money?
And the lady tried to guilt me when I said, ma'am, you want me to spend $1,200 and I'm going to have to come right back in a couple days because this dog is dying. She said, do you have children at home? I said, I do. She's like, then you have to take the dog back home, don't you? I said, no, ma'am, I don't.
At some point, you aren't going to take the dog back home.
Right. He going to go. He going to go. And I'd rather him die here with you than die back at the crib with the kids. It's going to cost $200 for us to do so-and-so, so-and-so. I said, okay, $200 or $1,500? All right, here's $200.
Hey,
Give him a big old hug.
Yeah.
Love you, buddy. You got to go.
A big old hug. Love you, buddy.
Love you, bud.
Jesse Milner, if I did anything, and Jesse, what's up? That's JJ. That's the great JJ.
The great back door. Shouts out to you, Q.
He says, if I did anything close to what Trump did, I would be in jail. Exactly, Ryan. How is he even eligible to run? It's crazy. We got a bunch more. Hey, Tree, do me a favor. I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to take screenshots, and I'm going to post these, and we'll have some commentary about these messages in the chat room today.
Outstanding job, Ollie Michelle. Thank you so much for your contribution today. Thank you very much. A+. The great Tree Taylor produced the show. Thank you, Tree. Outstanding job. Well done. Naughty Dread. Look, man, I thought you were going to be a whole lot more belligerent than you were today. A+ to you. Good job, Dread.
Yeah, your guy won and everything.
Yep. Hope it works out for you, Dread. In the chat room, everybody, y'all are the reason why. Ron Lee, Jesse, Uncle Mike, Julius 35C, Loose Neck, Psy.
Not perpetuity.
No. That's my name. That's me. All of y'all. City Action Jackson, thank y'all so very much. Sandman, thank y'all so very much. Just in Time, Griff, all of y'all, thank you. It's because of you that we get up on Monday and Thursday morning to spend some time with y'all and try to entertain y'all and allow y'all to start your day in good spirits.
Doug, please let me do my job. I'm going to send you the screenshots.
Oh, okay.
And they're going to look better than what you're doing. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Dictator Tree in the building.
That's my name, allegedly.
Oh, my bad.
Nobody can steal perpetuity, and nobody can steal dictator.
God is good all the time, and all the time God is good. If you don't know him, you need to find him and show him love. That's all he's showing you. Nothing but love. Also, Doug, I'll never forget. A+ for you, sir. Thank you very much.
Yeah, A+ for you too, man. And man, let's strap on our chin straps, man. For the next 4 years, gonna be a ride.
Well, and that's how I was gonna end the show.
Lord have mercy.
A lot of things are probably going to change. Y'all be very vigilant and pay attention to your surroundings.
Yeah, keep your head on. Like we used to say, keep your head on a swivel for the next 4 years.
Watch over your families. Be careful in those streets. You don't want any police encounters because things are really going to be off the chain for a while. Just be very careful and vigilant when it comes to your moves in these streets.
Stay out of them people way, man, for the next 4 years. That's the best advice that we can ever give you.
Wait, where did the Falcons play this weekend?
Saints. They're going to New Orleans.
Okay, so no show today, this weekend.
Right.
No wrap-up show. All right, peace and blessings, y'all. Y'all be good. We'll see y'all next week.